So I am a clinical psychologist. I'm a registered clinical psychologist, licensed to practice psychology in clinical psychology in the province of Ontario. I've been a psychologist now for about 5 years, and previously a therapist for about 11, 12 years. I was trained in the United States and came here to finish my dissertation and to start work. I have a specialization in family violence / trauma, and right now I still, not only was I trained academically with a specialization in trauma, but I also practice that way as well. I also have a special interest in parenting and a special interest in the psychology of marginalization and any kind of social justice issues that comes up in the person's lives. There's about a handful of things that I focus on specifically. So complex trauma is an area that I've received specialized training in, specialized academic training and postgraduate training in. Complex trauma is the condition where people have been exposed to multiple traumatic events. So not just one or two, but like multiple traumatic events. And some of the more prominent experiences are people who have been abused since they were children, people who have been in domestic violence situations, people who have been repeatedly sexually assaulted. So those are all and that's only a handful of examples of what people could go through in order to develop that condition. And that condition it's as it says, it's complex trauma. It's highly treatable though, but it does need specialized training. And so I have some experience and some training in that. I also specialize in parenting. I actually did my research on parenting, and as any person who's been to graduate school knows, that sometimes your research it can be quite overwhelming, and then you kind of like lay it down and walk away when it's done. But I found myself drawn back to my own research, and there is a form of therapy that I use called emotion-focused family therapy that is, it works primarily with parents and how to help their kid through many mental health issues and to also prevent mental health issues. And I find that it's extraordinarily rewarding to work with parents. I find supporting parents it's very rewarding, because I think we've gone from one end where parents are always right to the another end when they're always wrong. Like your kid does something wrong and you're bad parenting, and there's a lot of shame. We shame parents a lot, and they feel all of it, and everybody's trying to do the best that they can, and so I have this strong belief in parents and caregivers. They have such an extraordinary influence on the lives of the people they care for. But if they're only being told all the ways that they're messing up, I think that will diminish their own confidence in their ability to take care of their child. And so what I hope to bring to any kind of therapeutic relationship is that belief in them, and to give them actual skills to increase that confidence. So it's a big thing I'm interested in now. Another really big area where I specialize in is kind of the relationship between current social justice issues, especially race and gender, on the psychology of the individual. And so I often see women of color and some men of color, and we explore the ways that those identities interact in their lives and how it affects their psychology, how it affects their own mental health, and what are the ways that they need support in order to navigate that experience. So that's a big interest of mine as well. Oh, my practice. So the name of my practice is Heart of the Matter Psychological Services. I operate out of 1235 Bay Street, Suite 700. I work Mondays to Thursdays, 11 to 6, and Saturdays until the end of the year, 10 to 4. I can be reached, I have a website, it's heartofthematterpsychology.com. My phone number is there, my email is there. So there's several different ways to contact me, and usually I get back to people in one business day. Yeah, and even sometimes just to ask a question. That's a big part of how I like to give back sometimes, because you have all this knowledge, right? And there's so much information out there, and sometimes it's actually hard to find somebody who you think would be a good fit for you. So I'm happy to answer any questions that people might have as they navigate the process.